Hello everyone, it's great to see you again and I hope you are all doing well. I had my workout this morning, I took Avery for a nice long walk, and now I'm prepping for a late lunch or early dinner. I'm going to make Spätzle today. Spätzle is a German dumpling. It's sort of like gnocchi, but it's much easier to make. In fact, you'll be shocked at just how easy Spätzle is to make. And I need 7 eggs, 2, 4, 6, 7. So I have 7 large eggs here. Crack the eggs into a large mixing bowl. Here's number 7. Then violently whisk the eggs. I'm using this little whisk here that I mentioned in last week's video. This thing is a gem. It makes whisking eggs really easy to do. It's much easier than using one of these balloon whisks or whips. And I will link this whisk in the description below. Look at that, they're all beaten. Then we're going to add 268 grams of all-purpose flour. Now, this is roughly 2 cups if you just scoop and level the flour. And I'm going to stir this in with a spatula. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup or 60 ml of whole milk. And that's it. There are only 3 ingredients in the Spätzle dumpling recipe. I will be turning these into Spätzle with herbs and butter for a late lunch or early dinner today. There's a lot you can do with Spätzle. You can bake it. You can have a Spätzle gratin. You can really serve Spätzle in any way that you would serve pasta. Just beat this until the mixture turns fairly smooth. Okay, we are nice and smooth here. So now I'm going to cover this and pop it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. You could make this a day ahead of time and leave this in the refrigerator overnight if you like, but it does need at least 1 hour of resting time. While my batter is chilling in the fridge, I'm going to make a quick trip to the berry farm in Chatham, New York. I need to buy the herbs that will go with my Spätzle with herbs and butter. So take a drive with me. I know we make a lot of trips to the berry farm in these videos, but honestly, it is my favorite store. The berry farm grows all of its herbs in greenhouses, so you can have fresh herbs all year round. It's a fun place.
Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer.
We're home again. My batter has completely chilled. And I have my herbs from the berry farm over here. And I have a pot of boiling water behind me. I also have an ice water bath next to the pot. So let's move over to the stovetop. Here's my ice bath. It's just water with ice cubes. Boiling water, my batter. And this is my Spätzle making gadget. This cost about $10 on Amazon when I bought it about 10 years ago. I'll have to look for this, and if I can find it, I will link it in the description below. It's a neat little gadget. So you ladle the batter into this little box that sits on top of the little Spaetzle gadget. And then you move the box forward and back. And as you do this, the Spaetzle breaks off from these little holes. Look, there they are. This batter is very thick. That's exactly what you want when you are making Spaetzle. This feels like moving a train on a railroad track. Back and forth. You only let the dumplings boil for 2 minutes. This is actually fun to do. I don't know why I don't make Spaetzle more often. Transfer the Spaetzle to the ice water bath, and the Spaetzle will separate. We're going to let the Spaetzle cool for about 10 minutes in this bath. All right, I've drained the Spaetzle. In rereading my directions, I was supposed to have boiled the Spaetzle in batches, just a half cup at a time. I did the whole batch at one go. So if you make these at home, just do them a half cup at a time. And now I put these in a bowl, and I'm going to add some olive oil. This will keep the Spaetzle from sticking together. It's probably a tablespoon of olive oil there. Give it a mix. These are very pretty little dumplings. I'm going to dine in the parlor today, and it's really cold in this house, so I'm going to go light a fire there. And then when we come back, I'm going to saute the Spaetzle in butter, and then I will top it with herbs and cheese. These are 19th century fireplaces. They were not intended to be used with a fireplace grate. You just put the wood directly on the firebox floor. Add whatever kindling you're going to use. Onto the herbs. Look at this beautiful parsley that was grown at the berry farm. I sound like I'm advertising the berry farm, but honestly, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I just like the place. Never use your knife with a sharp side to move herbs or whatever on your cutting board. Always use the flat side. Otherwise, you will dull your knife very quickly. Now, sage, which I love. Sage has a beautiful smoky perfume. To the stovetop. So I have my skillet over medium heat. Then I'm going to add some of this wonderful roll butter that we bought at the Mennonite store last week or 2 weeks ago. They look like slices of cheese, but this is most definitely butter. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil. Add the Spaetzle. I'm adding just 2 cups. Let it brown on the underside and then flip it over to lightly brown the other side. Now you notice I did not season the Spaetzle batter. The time to season is when you're actually getting ready to serve the Spätzle. So I'm adding a good pinch of salt and some grinds of black pepper. You might like to add Italian seasoning to this. This is beautiful now. Look at all of the color on these dumplings. So I'm turning off the heat, and then I'm going to transfer the Spätzle to a platter. Look at all of these beautiful dumplings. So easily achieved. Now top this Spätzle with some cheese and the herbs. I'm using finely grated Parmesan cheese here. This looks very pretty. I'm really tempted to add some crumbled bacon to this Spätzle, but I think I'll keep this dish vegetarian. I'm going to whip up a quick salad and then I will meet you in the parlor. So I'm making a little salad from arugula leaves that were grown at the berry farm. And I've just lightly dressed them with some Asian sesame salad dressing. And then for a little color, I'm going to add some strawberry. Might seem like a strange flavor profile, but I think it might be delicious. Here's the dinner. Spätzle with herbs and butter for the first course. And for the second course, and as a palate cleanser, I'm having fresh arugula leaves with sliced strawberries. Of course, I have my Sauvignon Blanc. And for dessert, I'm having some of the leftover orange gelatin that we made in last week's video. A taste. This Spätzle is very similar to gnocchi, except it's so much easier to make. I don't know if you watched my snow day vlog video from 2 weeks ago, but in it I cut some snow and ice covered forsythia branches from the big bush that's in my front yard, and there they are over there in full glorious bloom. So if it's still very much winter where you live and you happen to have forsythia on your property, by all means cut the branches and force them into bloom. They bloom very quickly. I hope you will give this simple dinner a try someday. It really is delicious, and you must try the Spätzle. Thank you so much for watching. Please take good care of yourself, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye for now.